Triad today, and we're going to talk about biking, not motorcycle stuff, but bicycle biking. We're going to do it with somebody who knows all about this. Jay Paul, our director, if we can meet our special guest. Peggy Holland is bicycle and pedestrian coordinator for the Greensboro Department of Transportation, and welcome to the program.
Good to meet you.
How you doing?
Good.
Tell me first of all, what is a bike lane? I want to get the nomenclature and everything right here.
Bike lane is actually striped and marked with a symbol. Usually has a sign, doesn't have to, but it has a pavement marking that designates an area specifically for bicycles. Actually, I should say exclusively for bicycles, meaning that motor vehicles are not to drive or park in the bike lane.
Okay, and that would be right in the road proper, but striped off for the bike.
Right, and it's on the right side. When you come to a designated right turn lane, you'll see a bike lane will go in between the right turn lane and the through lane.
I got you.
So,
are there a lot of these in, I know that there are bike lanes all over the Piedmont, but since you're from Greensboro specifically, are there a lot of these bike lanes in Greensboro?
About 8 miles, little more than 8 miles of bike lanes in Greensboro.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that as much. And so it's just a great way to exercise, and I think it's great that you guys are accommodating this, because otherwise you're talking about having to have sidewalks and other things to be safe. But we'll get into safety in just a second. There's something called an edge line. I'm not sure exactly. Now, clarify that. What is an edge line, and how is that different from a bike lane?
The edge line is really just the line that delineates the shoulder from the travel lane. It doesn't always meet the criteria for a bike lane, so it doesn't have the symbol. Bikes can use it, pedestrians can use it, cars can park in it, but you shouldn't be driving in it. That's one of the big differences.
Okay,
it's not protected just for bicycles like a bike lane is.
Okay, and that's important to know, because like I said, we're going to get to safety issues in a minute, but that's one thing to keep in mind. What is what you were talking about in an email? You sent me an email one day and said something about shared lane marking. What is that?
Shared lane marking is a new marking at I guess the nickname is Shero for it. It is the same bicycle symbol that you'll see on a bike lane. It's the bicycle painted on the pavement, but
okay.
It has 2 chevrons over the top of it, and they are pointing in the direction of travel. So it does multiple things. One, it's painted in a place where bicyclists should line up on that arrow. It keeps them out of the door zone when there are parked cars.
Good idea.
That way, when someone opens a door, you don't get hit.
Well, now that leads me to the next question. What are some really important tips we haven't covered yet, some important tips for bike safety in general?
First and foremost, follow the law. I guess the catchphrase is same roads, same rules, same rights. You are required to follow the same rules that a motor vehicle is following. A bicycle is a vehicle. So you're required to go the same direction in the travel lane. You're required to stop at the red light, stop at the stop sign.
See, I've seen a lot of people, especially not just around here, but especially as you get to bigger cities. I've seen people on bikes weave in and out of traffic, go between cars. They might be messengers or.
That's the next one: is be predictable. Always ride as much as possible in a straight line. Of course, a bike is always going to encounter some kind of debris, something in the pathway, and they may have to deviate from that. They should always look before they move into traffic. So as a motorist, I expect when I come across a bike, them not to weave in and out. I expect them to be predictable and go in a path that I can follow where they're going to be.
And they need to give turn signals and things,
yes,
right?
The same way as a motorcycle, or if your car didn't have it, basic is the left arm straight out.
The old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way.
I wanted to put up, before time gets away from us, I wanted to put up a website, and I'll mention a phone number as well for the Greensboro Department of Transportation, 373-2921, but more importantly, where you can get a lot of information, www.gsosharestheroad.org, and we'll have that up on screen to leave it up for a few seconds so you can see it. But also, since we're talking about biking, and which is, bike riding is an alternate as is riding a part bus. You can also do the two together. You can take your bus, take your bike and put it on the front of a part bus, and they have a rack on there, and you can ride the bus. www.partnc.org has more information about that. Peggy Holland, thanks for everything you do.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Appreciate it. And bike safely.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so will I. We'll see you.